Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome to Hades, both the place and the new game from Supergiant Games, creators of Bastion and Transistor and Pyre, one of my personal favorites. This is a modern-style action roguelite, so, we're going to make runs through a procedurally generated dungeon. There's going to be some currency that we build up. As you can see, these things around here can be unlocked with the currencies. We're getting some persistent unlocks between runs. And where is it that we do our runs? Why, here, of course.
I can do this. First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier said than done, and doubtless I'll be running into Meg. The River of Flame ought to be just beyond. Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright, let's give it another shot.
So, obviously, at this point, this is very heavily based in Greek mythology. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a ton about Greek mythology, so forgive me if I say anything terribly ignorant. Why would somebody want to escape from Hades? Why could anybody possibly want to do that? I'm sure they'll fill us in at some point here. So, you got some pretty standard... Oh, interesting. That has not been there on my previous runs. I've done a couple of runs now. You got your pretty standard roguelite stuff. You have a dodge, of course. A couple of normal melee attacks, a little charge attack thing you can do. Or maybe not. It's not. Okay, never mind. It's not doing it. And we have a ranged attack that has limited ammunition. Our ammunition pops out when we shoot it, and we just have to go over and recollect it. Alright, let's see what this does.
It's just the edge I need.
Okay, attack is much quicker, but you no longer thrust. I do like the thrust at the end of the attack string. It's pretty powerful. Blink a short distance forward toward your foe when you use your special. Okay, actually, I like that quite a bit. I forgot about the weapon special attack. So, we can also do this with our sword. It does a little AoE, and now that AoE has a dash attached to it. So you can see we do damage by just comboing up the enemies, but the environment's an important part of it. We get extra damage out of slamming enemies into things. There are things in the environment we can interact with to like cause rocks to fall, which will do a bunch of damage. So positioning is important, not just for not getting hit, but for making sure you're maximizing the damage you deal to enemies. Also, because it's a Supergiant game, you know, they got to get the text and voice work in there somewhere, so there's all these points you can examine.
Composed of such innumerable, ever-shifting, interlocking chambers, the underworld of Lord Hades all but guarantees the dead shall there remain until the end of time.
You know, every roguelite has to have their excuse for why there's a massive, ever-shifting dungeon for you to run through, right?
You want to die again?
So I've only done a couple of runs here. I've only seen a few different types of enemies. But so far it seems like, for the most part, if you can get one guy alone, you can stun lock him pretty good. It's when you get ganged up on that you start really suffering. Got myself stuck on a table here. Ow. Well, okay. Managed to dodge away from that guy after his attack hit me into a floor trap. Listen, I'm not going to try to tell you that I'm great at these games. But I really wanted to show this one off. Because although, you know, at this point we've probably all played a few of these modern roguelite type games, this one is a roguelite that looks and sounds like something that came from Supergiant Games, which is maybe one of the highest pieces of praise I could give a game. So you can see at the end of each room we get to go through a door. There's usually a choice of a couple of doors, and depicted in the globe here is the reward for clearing the next room. So in a situation where you have a choice, you know what those choices mean. Apologies, I may not be able to give the... Ow. Man, floor traps. May not be able to give the most salient commentary during the periods where I'm actually fighting, because honestly, I'm bad enough at this even while I'm focusing. So you can see the terrain takes quite a bit of damage over the course of a fight. Oh, I'm not using my, my special at all. Now that it has a dash associated with it, it's actually way more powerful. It's kind of a small area that it affects. But it's hard to use normally. Alright, so we have a couple of different currencies. Here we have the keys, which seem to unlock new weapons. Money, which I have not found any use for at all yet, but it resets when I die, so I assume there are shops like in the runs. And then this purple stone resource is what you buy persistent upgrades with. I have never seen this room reward before. What have we here? Okay, well apparently we're gonna have to fight some of these big dudes. Try to make sure that I'm not getting ganged up on from two different sides. The stunning effect of the weapon is pretty powerful. You can keep one guy locked up pretty much forever. Oh, wow. And you can also use it to keep two guys from at least stunned enough not to hit you a bunch if you can get them together like this. Although, the moment you let them start to split apart, all of a sudden you're not hitting one, and then you're taking a bunch of damage. Ambrosia, huh?
Practically die for this stuff.
Okay, well it went into our currency
I
overlay.
wouldn't give us a healing flask of some sort.
So, as he just pointed out, there's not really a lot of ways to recover health. Damage you take is relatively permanent, so try not to get hit as much as I have been getting hit.
Pests.
Well, that didn't work at all. Okay, so these guys are laying mines. That's not a big deal. I think we can probably handle this. Especially, they have very little health. I guess that's a... Oh, jeez. Got myself in over my head here. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay at the end of the dodge, which makes it not totally ideal from escaping for multiple attacks. Oh,
It's her.
Okay. Get my ammo back and get ourselves a blessing. Oh, or I can give her my ambrosia. So this is Aphrodite. This is one of the gods I've run into before. When you see one of these symbols...
Oh, look at you, you poor, poor thing. You're hurt. Though let me see if I can make it better.
Various gods and goddesses will show up to give you boons. So, your special deals more damage and turns foes weak. Your cast fires a mid-range 6-shard spread that turns foes weak. Just makes them deal less damage than usual. Or, oh, here's a rare one. Dash deals damage at the start and end and turns foes weak. Okay, another source of damage. Seems like a good idea. And what is that?
Let's see.
Oh, a shop. Cool. Okay, so we have 100... We're going to lose this money when we die, so we may as well buy some stuff here. A blood gate is guaranteed to spawn ahead if possible. Chambers of riches requiring a sacrifice of health to access. Okay, well we have enough money to guarantee a blood gate spawn.
Keep me going.
And also buy ourselves some health. Those things seem to work together pretty well. And then I guess we may as well buy extra ammo for our cast. Why not? We are overwhelmingly likely to just lose all this gold anyway. So we could go for some permanent upgrade currency, or we could go for a big bag with the Hades equivalent of a cartoon $sign on it. Yeah, let's do that one. I like loot.
I think I hear the river.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, we know which river it is, right? Hi. Cool. Yeah,
Oh, good to
I
see
agree.
you, Carol, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that? You got some sort of wares for sale? Then I'll just have a look around.
Is that some tacos and french fries? Sure, food of the gods. Why wouldn't that heal you? A heart that increases your max life, I assume probably just for this run, since it's the thing you buy with gold. Or we could buy Aphrodite's attention once again. Well, it turns out I spent all of our money like some kind of idiot,
The
so...
infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about. Available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
That would be me.
What is... Ah, I'm getting stuck. What is down here? Oh, well, there's his boat. Can I steal his boat and use that to leave the underworld? I cannot, in fact, steal his boat. Oh, I may have just obliterated all those souls. Well, that's my bad. We should probably be leaving then. Oh. Okay, this is a new enemy. So you can see, when you hit an enemy with your cast, the ammo like gets stuck in them. You can get it back by killing them, obviously. But you can also just wait a while, and it will eventually pop out. Wow, I am doing a terrible job here. Also, I completely missed that guy. There's a little bit of a delay when you start to fire. I think the pot behind me exploded, which is not what I was expecting. So you can see the whole thing is just dripping with that Supergiant style. The art is incredible. The music's incredible.
Ouch. Alright. Again?
And every time you die, you just emerge from this this big pool of blood here. So we are supposed to give our ambrosia to a friend. I could have given it to Aphrodite, and I chose not to. Mostly because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what it was going to do.
Ow, looks like you got blasted to bits by an explosive urn last time. We keep some really nasty shades all bottled up in those, but if you so much as touch them, boom!
Okay, I appreciate him explaining what happened in case I had missed it.
Noted.
I mean, I could give him... Hold on. Can I give my dog the ambrosia? I can.
How you holding up, boy? Eating well lately? All 3 mouths full and happy?
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively, one after the next, as if to reassure the ever-doubting prince.
Okay, we're giving him the ambrosia.
Look what I got for you, boy.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Look at how happy he is. This was definitely the right choice.
Thank you, boy.
I got an old spiked collar. That's... okay. So this is sort of our hub world. There's no combat challenges here.
So how did it go? How did you die ignobly this time, pray tell? Cerberus and I can't wait to hear the tale.
This is our dad. He's kind of a huge jerk.
In that case, I'll spare you the details.
Fine. Your failure is quite easily imagined. How often it recurs. Almost as though my realm is built to keep you here. You and every single soul that's ever lived. But by all means, continue struggling.
Well, okay, I will then. Hades is kind of a big place. There's a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of these doors are locked and inaccessible. And frankly, I don't know if that's because I haven't unlocked this stuff yet, or because this game is still in early access. So there's a lot of stuff yet to come here.
You'll get the hang of it out there, lad. For all our sparring practice, there's no teacher like the real thing. Now then, I have something for you.
What, wait, you're giving me your codex? I can't accept something like this.
Please, I insist. I want your love of history to grow, not just your love of warfare. Besides, maybe you can finish out the rest of it.
Hold C to open the Underworld Codex. Okay, this is new. Learn more by having conversations with Achilles. I see no reason to regale you with stories of my past. Suffice it that I fought as bravely as I could alongside many of the finest men the world has ever known. So there's like a bunch of stories. So okay, a lot of these are very locked. But yeah, okay. We can learn more about the gods. I don't know if this is going to give us like actual Greek myth or if this is going to be specific to the story of the game. Wow, there's a lot of locked entries here. Okay, well, we'll see about all of that stuff as we continue to unlock stuff.
The House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
Uh-oh, he's aware of the narrator. That's not good. So yeah, there's a lot of spirits just kind of hanging around. I guess that makes sense.
What once was a small lounging area within the House of Hades now is sealed off, in utter shambles, since the multi-headed Cerberus tore the space apart, mourning the missing prince.
Cerberus destroyed the lounge again?
You know, it kind of seems like I'm never gone for very long. I was kind of hoping to ask Hades about the... Alright, whatever.
Do not despair, and hold to your resolve, child.
Codex is updated because I had a conversation.
What's the good word?
Cause of death, trampling. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess occasionally we're going to be able to ask the spirits about how they died. Alright, so here's where you get your roguelite persistent development in. If we just take a moment to reflect on our adventures. In front of the Mirror of Night, we can spend our currency to buy stuff. We can also spend keys to unlock new things to spend the purple rocks on, it looks like. Each rank makes you go up 20 health one time instead of taking lethal damage. That seems awfully useful. But we have just enough keys to buy the weapon that I was looking at in the other room, so we're going to save them for that. For now, 10% damage when you strike foes from behind? Yeah, sure.
Power.
Of a sort. Alright, yeah, this is what I was looking at. That is a big, very magic-looking spear.
Open up. Baratha, the Eternal Spear. Join my pursuit.
Oh.
Over here.
What the?
Hey, guy.
Nice place you got here, boyo. But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
It kind of seems like he's gonna enjoy this too much, like in a weird way. But alright, we gotta test the new weapon. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay, a lot of stabbing, as you might expect from a spear. If we charge it up, we have... Okay, kind of a Legend of Zelda spin thing. And the special is we can throw it. Do I have to go get it? Oh, okay, if I click again, it comes back, and it'll damage stuff on the way back in. That's cool.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, this seems alright. Suppose we ought to finish him off here, since he does have a health bar. Oh, maybe not. My bad?
Bet I got you pretty good.
No, he's fine, and also, he kind of deserved it.
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
It's not that orderly, really.
Ooh, what is this?
Got something
Very
new to
glowy.
try.
Oh. Oh, you have 25 more health than usual. Okay, so when we give people ambrosia, it'll unlock, like, permanent upgrades. Okay, so we should actually pay a lot of attention to doors that offer us ambrosia. That seems important.
Darkness gives
Alright, well, let's just get out there and give it one more run, shall we? God, this game looks good.
That'll keep me going for a bit.
Well, okay, we are, like, loaded down with health here. This has the makings of a very successful run. Okay, so this thing has, like, no knockback, though. That's a shame. This means we're going to be unable to take advantage of wall push combos and stuff. Those are a lot of damage. Well, somehow we shall persevere.
Each time the prince delves back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his attempts to maybe map it out.
Built to ensure no one gets out. We'll see about that.
Alright, so it looks like we can play the game in a much more ranged way now. Oh, the backstab damage fires on the spear returning to me if it goes through their backside. That's pretty cool. But if I don't want to do melee... Oh, actually, I can just hit him from here with my melee. That actually is a really impressive range. It's going to be a little bit easier to stun lock multiple targets this way. Alright, I like this weapon. This was well worth my 4 keys. Go get some money, or... Nope, I guess that's it. Actually, is this interactable? No, okay. Everything in the environment looks so ornate that you think you should be able to do something with it, right? Ooh. Alright, well, I almost took damage there. I would argue that we are not really hitting that guy in the back, but if it wants to give me the bonus damage, I guess I'm not going to argue. That was pretty cool.
I'm rich.
This is an alright weapon. Okay, so we have quite a bit of money this time, and... we've not been given many choices of doors. I swear to you, this was a thing. I was allowed to make choices earlier.
brimstones.
Thank you.
Oh, well, this seems easy enough. These guys aren't so bad when there aren't also 20 other enemies in the room. Ow, 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 ow. I will say, I feel safer, but I'm certainly doing less damage than I was doing with the sword. The sword is really something.
All set.
I can see how you could get into a rhythm with this thing, though, with the throwing. There's a little bit of a delay between the ability to between throwing it and the ability to call it back, it seems like. Maybe not. Seems like, okay, maybe there's a little bit more of a delay if you're spamming it. Try to encourage you to actually just time it out. You can't throw it again right away. But I wonder, can we, like, throw it, pull it back, and then immediately cast? Okay, we can. So I just need to alternate my attacks a little bit.
Hello, mates.
Oh, well, you do actually have to hit him, though. It's an important part of this. I guess if that guy's content to just run around and lay mines over there where I don't have to worry about him, we'll just let him do that. Okay, so these enemies with the yellow health bars. The yellow is like super armor from a fighting game, so it prevents them from getting stunned by my hits. You can see they can still execute their animations and stuff. Need to be a little bit more careful, although it seems like it's maybe not going to be that difficult to deal with the spear, since we can fight them from quite a distance. Yeah, wow, even just the normal melee attack really hits from far away.
Bear for offer, the eternal spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
Boons of Ares. He fixates constantly upon releasing the most violent of mortal beings' impulses. Sounds like he has a pretty easy job. Your special causes foes to suffer more damage a moment later. That sounds really useful, because we're using the special a lot. Your cast sends out a Rift Blade, a slashing metal vortex, rapidly dealing damage in an area. You know, that sounds pretty cool. Or instead of your dash, you become a Blade Rift. I want to see what a Blade Rift is. I know this is the rare one, but
The War God's power.
let's try this out. Okay. That seems alright. We'll have to see what the actual damage looks like. But that looks cool, at least.
How do you do?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is okay. Ow. Okay, doing a really bad job here. Gonna get myself killed after getting all these cool upgrades. I mean, that's sort of the thing, though, right, of these games, is you're going to die. Oh, I thought I could get across it in time. Alright, you. Come here. Nope, that's that's a little bit too slow to work like that. Well, he has created a pretty large minefield for us. Yeah, that didn't work at all. Trying to see if I can trigger the mines from a distance with the spear. Alright, so we broke his armor. You get through their entire yellow health bar. They just get a normal red health bar to follow it up. Alright, well, we have a shop here. Let's hope that... That's interesting. Health? Recover 15% health when you enter each chamber. That sounds great.
Just what
For
I
3
need.
chambers. Gain greater power from the next boon you find, or Blood Gate is guaranteed to spawn. You know what? In pretty rough shape here, health-wise. Let's go for the Yarn of Ariadne. Huh.
I'm in no shape.
Oh, okay, no, that is a thing I can interact with. Or at least I would be able to interact with, if I had health. Okay, well, I guess we're just moving on. That looks ominous. Am I about to fight a boss, maybe?
Let's go, lads.
Oh, okay. Those explode really quickly once they hit the ground. Alright. It seems like the blade rifts do really good damage against anything that is this large and doesn't really move around. Just let them hit the ground and throw the rift. Maybe not the most heroic way to fight them. There's a lot of running back and forth and hiding, but I'm really low on health on account of being bad at the video game. Yeah, okay, it happens. It turns out there's no escape. You know what? We could do one more. I'm having a good time. So the game is in early access. My understanding is that what we have available to us now is not super long, but they are going to listen to feedback from the people who are playing, so if you want to get in here and actually be able to, like, offer suggestions and maybe affect the course of the game, this is a good time to buy in.
Shades of the dead mill constantly within the house, complaining of their woes and seeking audience from any who would listen.
Same.
I listen.
Whoa, you just got killed by one of those bloodless inferno bomber skeleton type guys. Nice! I always wondered what would happen if you just kind of stood around while all their bombs went off.
Okay, that's not exactly what happened, Hypnos.
Okay.
Ah, tough luck.
Father, what happened to the lounge? The only place for anyone to have a little fun around here, and you seal it shut.
Oh, I had little choice about that boy. You see, after you fled the first time, Cerberus, why, he was very much upset. Utterly tore the place to shreds. It's now under repair. All thanks to you.
You're really blaming me for not minding the dog while I was out and while you all were here.
I lay the blame entirely upon you, yes. Who else? It's fortunate that Cerberus has calmed himself since then. Come to his senses, I should say. May you yet come to yours.
It does seem like running back into the murder maze after dying horribly in there is maybe not the most sensible thing to do.
Take it easy, boy. I'll probably be back here in no time.
The watchdog Cerberus merely sulks upon his supple bedroll.
I mean, it looks like it's just a rug.
Alright,
let's go. Oh yeah, where did Nyx go? Huh. Well, let's get back in there for one more run before we wrap things up here, shall we? So we have 20 currency. I get a little bit more shadow presence. You know, I honestly was not thinking that it was going to be terribly useful, but especially with the spear, we hit things from the back fairly often.
Excellent.
Oh, we got glowies down here.
The bedchambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
A little judgmental there, disembodied voice.
If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Alright, fair enough. So, do we want to run with the spear again?
Don't suppose I can talk you into fighting back this time?
Not a chance, boyo. I'm paid to take it, not to dish it out. Now give it to me.
Something tells me they didn't have to pay him very much. Alright, well, we have another thing that we can unlock with just our one key.
There we go. Coronacht, the Heartseeker. Let's deal some death.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Nice.
Alright, well, I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. Oh, so it actually has very limited range. If you just click it, you have to hold it down to get anything good out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a time shot in there that you flash for just a moment. Okay. Alright, I like these, I like weapons that involve a little bit of timing. Alright, one more shot. It's gonna be even more, an even more ranged focused run than the last one. Although, the bow has a remarkably short range relative to the spear throw.
I'll just take that.
It looks like it doesn't pierce, or maybe it's just that I'm missing them. Yeah, no piercing on that. This might be a more difficult weapon to use. I'm gonna have a harder time actually getting through the enemies with it. Might be more reliant on our shot.
Stand aside.
Wow, I am terrible. There we go. Hit him eventually. Yes, you see, like a situation like this, I'd much rather have a melee weapon that can hit multiple things. I'm having a hard time actually hitting the spawner because there's enemies just jumping out of it constantly. Alright, I gotta say, I am not in love with this weapon. Maybe once we get ourselves a couple of boons, this will become a little bit more exciting. Certainly not good with the backstabs.
You should have listened.
You know, he says that, but it's not like I told them to back off or anything. Alright, one of those hammers or... Nope, nothing. Just one of those hammers. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Could use a weapon upgrade, I suppose. Okay, so if we get him over here near the pillar, we hit it. Apparently the rocks drop around it at random, so not necessarily a reliable source of damage. There we go. So it does do the stunning effect that other weapons do. If we catch enemies coming at us with the arrows, we can just hold them in place. I guess that's okay. Yeah, not wild about this weapon. Alright, show me something good.
Tip-top shape.
Attack deals up to 350% damage to nearby foes. I guess I'm not using the volley very much. We could try doing this and just running up on people and using it like a shotgun. Attack charges instantly but deals less damage. Or your special fires double shots. Let's go for this. Try using it as a shotgun a little bit more. Although, actually, that said your attack deals the bonus damage. It might not affect our special. Oh, Ambrosia. We're definitely going for that.
More louds.
Ow. Yeah, I mean, that is a lot of damage. I'll give it that. Okay, you know what? I think that has definitely increased my enjoyment of the weapon already.
Okay.
Alright, so Centaur Heart, or we can hang out with Aphrodite again. You know, we should give her the gift. I'm curious what she'll give us in return.
More wretches.
Oh, a guy who can't be stunned. That's unfortunate. We gotta get him to commit so that we can get our good close-up backstab damage.
Just in time.
Ooh. Oh, kind of on that trap panel. Okay, this is sort of working. Ow. That was sort of working until I said something. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I really, really do not have the health for this. Okay, just trying to prevent those from building up too much. I would love to just kill that guy, but can't really stand still for very long here. Okay, so you can see they do eventually drop your ammo if you fail to kill them for long enough. I'm gonna go get that. Well, you really have to let them get close to trigger the bonus damage. Come on, just die. There we go, finally. Alright, where'd he go? Stop running. Okay, it is actually quite a lot of damage. Well, let's give her the Ambrosia.
Lady Aphrodite, I am truly blessed simply to have made your acquaintance, so this is for you.
Lasting relationships are built on reciprocity. So if you lavish me with gifts, why, what am I to do but give you something in return?
I'm honored, Aphrodite.
I don't know if the Eternal Rose, obviously since we don't know what it does, it's hard to tell if it's active immediately or if it starts being active at the beginning of the next run. You know what, I might be able to see what it does with the Codex.
Little run-ins with you, love. You are just so spontaneous, and I have a liking for that sort of thing.
Alright, special deals more damage and turns foes weak. I kind of like that. If we get into a position where we're having a lot of trouble with enemies, the special just like spray the whole room with weakening power. That's probably a bad verb to use for that. You know what I meant. Alright, let's go get ourselves a key. That's pretty cool. Oh, Jesus. Stop dodging. Who would have thought a pot would be so mobile? Jesus. Really kind of a lot of explosives. I feel like a complete idiot being this bad at fighting a thing that barely qualifies as an enemy. Alright, so when we kill one of them, all of the bombs that it has put out explode. We want to be a little bit careful about that. Ow. Oh, okay, those are the explosive pots. Well, good to know that they affect enemies, too. Alright, my suspicion is we are not going to survive many more rooms here, but at least we got ourselves a key. An infernal trove is guaranteed to spawn ahead. Treasure chests worth more the faster you slay the foes guarding them. Or, bedroom decor. Interesting. We should probably just buy some life, right? I guess we could buy both of these. Okay. I guess that's supposed to be a pomegranate? Makes sense, with us in Hades and everything.
Of power. Good enough.
Oh, they're just gonna give it to me? I don't even have to fight for it? Special deals more damage and turns foes weak, even more so. Alright.
They must have lots of these upon Olympus.
This. Oh, healing. All of a sudden, I'm not feeling like I'm in so much danger anymore. So that'll be the skeleton bombers again. I mean, we have to kill them at some point, I imagine?
Whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be found, in fact.
And not a moment too soon.
That's creepy. I was just about to say that. Game is starting to get inside my head. I mean, we gotta fight the boss eventually, right? Let's push on a little bit more. Let's try to power up just a little bit more here.
Must be something I can use.
It is always the case that we see the dude right after I spend all my money, but we can at least buy some purple whatever.
Why not?
You know, a little dark thirst.
Got to say, you are a sight for sore eyes there, Charon. So, looks like you're selling. Is that it? You come to help me out?
Yeah, I thought you might say that. Alright, well,
Long way from
let
home.
us press on bravely here.
Am I interrupting something?
Well, you are stuck in place for a moment after that special goes off. So I assume that thing there is our trove. Yeah, wow, you are locked in for a long time after that animation completes. But, like, I really want to take advantage of the bonus damage from being really close to guys, but it is scary to do so. I guess in that sense, they've done a good job of balancing it. There you go. That's probably how you're supposed to do that. Nope. That was a bad dodge. That was a bad series of bad dodges. I can't get out of my attack animations as quickly as I'm expecting to, unfortunately. I suppose if you could just cancel out of anything at any time with a dodge, it would be awfully easy. Get the hang of using this thing, though. at that, we're even able to get some backstabs sometimes. Yeah, I have all my ammo. Alright, let's do it.
Sure, why not?
You truly are an idiot, aren't you?
Feels a little judgmental. Oh, ow. Okay. Judgmental, but maybe not incorrect. Slay foes quickly. I want to be close to them. Take advantage of my shotgun. Oh! Yep, I dodged just in the direction he was charging. Not so good, that one. Alright, well, you know what? On the whole, though, that run went better. I'm learning, slowly.
That did not go as planned.
Let's see what Hypnos has to say about that before we stop.
Those shades are always milling about.
Quite certain there's been a mistake here. I wasn't supposed to die.
Oh, one of those wretched louts just killed you dead that time. Those mean old slappy guys? Maybe try killing them beforehand. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. That's solid advice.
Right.
Oh, you know what else we should do before we stop is
Boy.
go and real quickly see what we got from Aphrodite for that ambrosia.
Got something new to try.
Aphrodite's boon is the next you will find, and her blessings are stronger. Oh, but I only get to run one at a time. I see. Okay, interesting. Well, I think that is probably a pretty good overview of Hades. At this point, I think you probably know whether you're interested in this thing or not. Like I said, it is in early access, and it sounds like they think we're pretty far away from release. So if you're looking for that polished full game experience, it might be worth waiting a little while. But I think it's a hell of a lot of fun right now. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. You can buy it at the link down in the description below if this was very interesting to you. And we'll see you next time.